Yes, it's so funny how when people are collecting the checks, they don't run anything by you, they don't say anything to you, it's as though you're non-existent. But when, the check stop coming, people, they want to draw you into the mix. And I made sure to take myself out of the mix, people. And what I mean by that is, I remember one, evening, the boy's father, he came to, drop off, the money for their maintenance and support and so on and so forth. And, he insisted that I, write him his receipt, because that's how I started it off, I would, it was recommended by the courthouse. And, we know a lot of people, especially here in Jamaica, don't obey or follow the law, but I'm a very thorough person. So I ensured to start it off by buying, the receipt book. I don't even know if she, still gives him a receipt. I don't even know, right? But I like to keep things on track, because I'm no thief. And I want to ensure everything is, copacetic. Let me just say that. And I would write the receipts and give to her to give him to collect the money. Yes. But somewhere along the way, I guess, our eyes start get red, and she start to look on the portion of money. And, I guess just think to herself, maybe we can buy house and buy land and build house and land out of the child support money. Some people are very ridiculous, because, why else you try to sabotage, me, dealing with my son's affairs and so on and so forth. You have some, motive, right? You're trying to hinder something, in other words, yeah? And so pretty much I started it that way, but to tell you the honest truth, I'm not sure if she, kept that principle. So the boy's father, he came that evening, and, he insisted that I write him, his receipt and collect the money. And I was like, nope, please, see if you can, return later on in the evening, please do, because as soon as she, expecting the money or hoping for the money, right? And I made sure, because I realized, they are so desperate to sabotage me from holding money for some reason. I'm an excellent manager of money. I don't waste money, and I'm blessed by Jupiter frequency. Yeah? I've always been blessed, and she's been trying to tarnish my perspective, my perception rather, on, which is one in the same or two in the same, in regards to, handouts and support, because I've always been blessed that way, for people to just give me things just like that, and she was always jealous of that, because she even, made with me, people have a tendency to just tell me they mind people as, hateful, covetous, envious, and absurd as their, thoughts may be. They just have a way of telling me their thoughts anyways. I remember her saying, nobody ever give her anything, and I'm like, over the years I realized, the fact that people used to always give me things and bless me with things, it sparked some jealousy and covetousness in that thing. I have to call it a thing, because it's such a hateful being. Let me just say that I don't understand how anyone can be so hateful, people. So hateful and cruel and obnoxious. She tries to ruin my reputation in so many ways, shape, and form, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. But she's so blind to the fact that all the oompy scoompy and the gimmicks that she's been, playing and, you know, we going on with is to no avail, because I'm still very much reputable. I'm still very much respected. I'm still very much loved. I'm the kind of person who can tell people the truth, tell them my mind, and at the end of the day, we're good. We're friends. Yeah? Not everybody has that favor, but that's how you know that, you're not supposed to say certain things, yes, or you can say certain things. And I never abuse that gift or that power, and make things personal. I just try to always be fair. Mercury in Libra. You understand? So to whom much is given, much is expected. But I took myself out of the equation. So at the end of the day, if the checks, they stop coming, you don't say anything to me, because you formed a syndicate with their father, to, try to tarnish my reputation and try to, cause a rift between me and my sons. So when you're having issues with him, you take it to him, because remember, y'all best buddies. Remember, I'm the one y'all love to hate, because you can't manipulate me, you can't control me. So when you're having problems, you don't take your problems to me in regards to your fellow teammate. And it's so absurd how people, they try to draw you into the mix when, shit hit the fan. Yeah. It's absurd. But when you see money grubbing people, you take yourself far, far away from them. Yeah, man. Because shit will hit the fan, and when it does, you don't want to be, drawn into the mix. So, like I said, people will, eventually see that, they weren't doing any good deed. It wasn't out of solicitude, care, or concern in any way, shape, or form. It was out of, just being money grubbing. Yeah, man. But I'm here, I'm the hermit, the secret watcher. I'm watching, because bodies, they're so cruel. I wouldn't put it past them to poison. I don't even want to finish the rest of that statement. But I'm watching, because they're cruel. Just like that. Yeah, man, they're cruel. Because they put themselves in a trap right now. They put themselves in a trap. They trap themselves. She actually, the thing actually made a statement that she was keeping my sons not for my sake, but for the boy's father. And then at the end of the day, they say that, they believe I'm mentally unstable, blah, blah, blah. But, they keep changing their stories, and it makes no sense. Because first it was because I have no home, I have no housing. And then, when that wasn't feasible or logical enough to hold on to my sons, then you hear it's because I'm mentally unstable. So they keep changing their stories and so on and so forth. Because the truth is, there isn't anything concrete there. There's nothing, logical, no logical reason, just pure lies. And, I heard a prophecy that they're going to, be imprisoned. And I would love for that to happen, because they're tampering with the law. And I wish the Jamaican justice system was, serious enough in which they, would thoroughly investigate such claims and accusations. And if somebody is found to be, tampering with the law, making false accusations, which would be creating public mischief, lock up them laws. You understand what I'm saying? It's full time that people take justice seriously, because you have a lot of people doing said things out there now, lying on people working witchcraft first and foremost, trying to make, a particular person come off a certain way, yeah, so that they can what? Keep collecting, child support funds. And when you check it out at the end of the day, they're not properly investing into in the children. They're not properly investing in the children, because my children, they need new clothes. All of them monies they've been collecting, they haven't been buying any clothes for the children. And let me tell you, $10,000 per week for child support, solely child support, that is something. Yes? Well, it might not be much for a lot of you, but that's because you don't know how to penny pinch and budget money. Because with that portion, I know I could feed my sons and also buy clothing for them, underwear, marinas, shirts and shorts. But the children, they need new clothes, and they're not buying any clothes for the boys. But what I realized, when the father was, when they were collecting monies from the father, they were taking that to buy snacks for the boys and the nephew. And that's why, since they haven't been collecting any monies from the boy's father, they stopped buying, snacks. Yeah, makes sense. Because obviously, why is it now that, you claim that the nephew, well, I don't even want to, because, that's another story to itself that I don't really want to get into right now. But you claim that, your older grandson's mother is sending money and support, and yet still, I don't see the evidence of that. I don't see you buying any portion of groceries. It's as though you become a pauper now. What's going on? Yeah, with the funds. Yes, because the boy's father, haven't been giving you any monies for weeks now, a few weeks now, it hasn't been months. And that's the reason why you stopped buying snacks. But I thought you were taking care of the boys out of goodwill, because you really care about them. So how is it that now, it's now all about the money? But that's because, it has always been about the money. Yeah, and eventually, people will show their hands. People will, expose themselves. That's the honest truth. Just leave it to time, but you gotta be patient to win. You have to be patient to win, because everything takes time. Namaste.